LaLu, their first game of the weekend here in Cumberland, Maryland. So glad to have you with us for the Axe NIBC series here on ESPN. And we're tipped off at Allegheny College and Bob Kirk Arena. This is Muriel Little and Scotty Middleton. Little was 17, like you mentioned last night, Stephen. And Buzelis, 18 last night.
Layden Blocker has a size advantage on Trenton Walters. Look for them to possibly get him in some post-up situations down the stretch.
Blocker from deep doesn't go. And a foul on the ground. John Bull holding down. This will go against LaLu.
This is going to be an issue for the Lakers all game long. They do not have the height to contend with 7-foot John Bull. You see him on the ground after attempting that offensive rebound.
I think Gus Yalden's going to have his hands full today against the 7-footer. Here's Muriel Little from deep. And Sunrise is on the board first.
You got to recognize Muriel Little is really feeling it from distance. With 3 for 5 from the three-point line against Legacy early. Got to run him off the line, not allow him to get comfortable behind that three-point line.
Starting lineups brought to you by Axe. Smell irresistible all day. Caught LaLu there. You see Sunrise Christian here. Already talked about Muriel Little, another player to watch. Buzelis and Scotty Middleton. Everybody can make an impact. Whoa, Gus Yalden trying to get out of that entrapment from Muriel Little. He'll give himself a foul. And that's his second already for Gus Yalden.
Muriel Little just hangs around a little bit, and yeah, Gus Yalden swung his elbow and caught Muriel Little right in the chin, and it's an easy call for the officials. And that's something that the Lakers can't afford to have any player in foul trouble, really with lack of depth.
Especially your tallest big man, Caleb Black. Welcome to the show, and LaLu on the board to tie.
And that bodes well for the Lakers. Caleb Glenn struggled from the three-point line last game, going 0 for 3, but when he can knock down that distance shot, it really opens up the lanes, allows him to attack the rim.
Turnover here for LaLu. This is Trent Walters. Spinning outside. Good ball movement from LaLu. Tybo Bailey. Layden Blocker with the rebound. Going the other way. Blocker. Nice touch off the glass for the bucket.
And that's one thing you got to understand when you're playing Layden Blocker. He's not going to shoot the three. He wants to turn the corner, attack the rim, put some heat on that rim. You got to stay in front of him, force him east or west.
And to Arkansas, a couple seasons forced up. Muriel Little, easy lane, gets the bucket.
And there you see the absence of Gus Yalden for the Lakers. Muriel Little just attacks the rim. No paint presence for the Lakers. No rim protection for the Lakers. Just allowing easy access for Muriel Little.
Walters. Running across a couple big men. Spits it out to Bailey, and John Bull gets the block, but a foul. Here's the verdict.
And this is how the Lakers want to play. You allow Trenton Walters to attack the seams. The defense collapses, then he kicks it out for his shooters who are either going to take that catch and shoot or attack the rims themselves. And you see a steady diet of Trenton Walters in the painted area, but the Lakers, they're going to have to knock down some jump shots to really open up the lanes.
Walters committed to go to Radford next year. Sunrise, 7-4 lead early for the first 3 minutes. Barnwell's team victorious last night against Legacy early in what was a very tight ball game. all the way down to the last 2 minutes as there's a turnover from the Buffaloes. And we'll go the other way.
Sunrise Christian trying to take advantage of the height advantage of John Bull down on the block, but when you give it to the big fella, he's not as accustomed to receiving the basketball, so you got to make sure the ball hits him squarely in his hands.
This is Glenn. Zay Lowry. We're going to get big John Bull, and he'll shoot too.
I like the emphasis by the Lakers, attacking the paint, staying to their modus operandi, regardless of the fact that John Ball is in that painted area. Zay Lowry does a good job of initiating that contact, making sure he got an opportunity either with a bucket or a chance at the free throws.
John Bull already with 2 fouls. Does it change your mentality at all when you're a big man down low and you realize offensive players are attacking you to try to draw a foul?
Well, yeah, you have to be wary and cognizant of the fact that they're trying to initiate that contact, and John Ball, being a shot blocker, understands that, but there really wasn't anything that he could do because he was retreating. Zay Lowry just was better at initiating that contact. John Ball did. That's something that you have to contend with if you are a shot blocker and you want to stay in the game.
Michael Brown Jr. checking in. He had 11 points last night against Legacy Early College.
Now without John Bull in the game, Sunrise Christian a little bit open, 5 out, and just attack the painted area.
7-5 early. Just under 4 to play in our first quarter. And we got a battle between 2 ranked teams. We'll be right back.
They routinely play and really even rely on to score points.
Yeah, just 2 games in the NIBC, but the minute spread amongst those 5 guys is, I mean, there's a lot of guys holding the well as far as time played goes because that's all they got.
When you look at the last game that the Lakers played against IMG, they were -20 in bench points, didn't have any bench points at all. And it just gets difficult to be successful when you don't have any spark off the bench.
Little and Sunrise Christian. Now Michael Brown Jr. in and out. Glenn with the rebound. This Laker team, second in the NIBC in points per game, 67.5. Granted, they've only played 2 games, but still a potent offense. And a big reason why is Caleb Glenn.
And Caleb Glenn is just too strong for Mattis Vazelis. Each time he gets the basketball, I expect him to just take it to the rim, use his body to create space, and power that basketball in.
Back out to Michael Brown Jr. Floater.
Nice pump fake, just wasn't able to make the bucket.
Tybo Bailey. LaLu 2 of 5 from the field so far, 1 3-pointer. Lowry draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Look at that last possession where Caleb Glenn gets the basketball out on the wing. He knows there's no help coming from the baseline. Quick rip to the baseline, powers it down, and really just uses his athleticism and strength against Mattis Vazelis.
Lowry, the 4-star, headed to Marquette next season. Goes Marquette over K-State, Missouri State, and then Also had some interest to play football as well. Played wide receiver in high school before transferring over to LaLu to commit to basketball full time.
And I expect that's one of the things that college coaches really appreciated and loved about Zay Lowry, that physicality and toughness that he exhibits playing wide receiver. And Shaka Smart and Marquette excited to have him, particularly after they had that huge blowout victory against Baylor last week.
Not going the other way. Underneath. Can't quite get the finish for Tybo Bailey. Still a 1-point game. Just under 2 to play in the first. Junior from D. And Michael Brown misses. Walters working against Michael Brown Jr.
Good defensive stand thus far by Sunrise Christian.
What a great shot. Tybo Bailey steps back and lets it rip. LaLu's got their first lead of the game.
Coach Barnwell will accept that type of a shot. Tybo Bailey made that bucket over outstretched, contested arm. From your defense.
Turnover on the other end. Miro Little not getting the handle before the ball fell out of bounds.
See Bailey gets the basketball, nice step back, measures his opponent, elevates over the defender, Miro Little. That's a tough bucket there by Bailey.
Now a drive from Caleb Glenn off the glass.
Defensively against Caleb Glenn, you got to stay up on him, not allow him to put the ball onto the bounce, because he's shown the ability and quickness to blow by opponents. He hasn't shown the ability to knock down a jumper yet, so you got to test him distance.
A blocker, rebound by Glenn. Long vertical guy, pedals, loves the way. He grinds in the court. Now on the side, Danny Murray for 3.
And that's what you expect from a guy off the bench. Danny Murray isn't expected to do too much, but when he's put in a position to score, he will knock it down. Job by the lefty, the distance 3.
A blocker draws the foul against Murray. Danny Murray comes off the bench, lets this one fly.
Danny Murray just floats down to the corner. Good job by his teammates finding him. Good closeout, but better shot by Danny Murray.
Joe Zhang will check in for Almar Atlason. John Bull out with 2 fouls right now. Barnwell holding him at bay. LaLu storming away on this run. Last ditch effort shot. That's where we end our first quarter. The Lakers 16-9 is where we end quarter number 1. Large in part with a huge run at the end. We'll be back for the second quarter. Set here between LaLu and Sunrise Christian, alongside Steve Howard, Joey Lindstrom. An 11-0 run for the Lakers is comprised of not just one guy scoring all those points, Steven. 4 different point scorers for the Lakers, amassed over just under 4 minutes to end that quarter.
And what's impressive to me is they did that with their leading scorer, or he's tied with Caleb Glenn for the lead on the team. Gus Yalden sitting on the bench, averaging 15.5 points per game. And so you have guys stepping up that aren't normally asked to step up, like Danny Murray, who last game against IMG, 7 minutes, 0 for 1. He's already eclipsed that with a 3-pointer early in that first quarter.
Here's Caleb Glenn again, working against Buzelis. The baby hook. Rebound by Miro Little.
see if Coach Barnwell was able to get to his team. It seemed like in that first quarter, Sunrise Christian just was not engaged in this basketball game. LaLu with more energy, fresher legs, and just looking like they're ready to play.
Buzelis says, I'm ready to play. He was held at bay in the first quarter. Now opens his own scoring with a dunk. Inside to Walters. Nice finish with late blocker. Creepy behind. Buzelis again, the floater off the glass, and that's back-to-back buckets from Montas Buzelis.
Good job by Buzelis, taking what the defense gives him, finding the seams and using his length to shoot over the defense.
Now a turnover. Miro Little gets the and one. No, it's a charge.
Miro Little gets it in transition, and he measures the defender. Eddie Murray gets in legal guarding position in front of the glass. Miro Little thinks that he avoids with the Euro step, but just got enough of the body for the officials to make that call. That's one of those calls that can really go either way.
Gus Yalden back in with 2 fouls. The big man is headed out to Wisconsin. Off the fadeaway. Middleton's there for the rebound. Now up ahead, Buzelis. Finesse.
And that's one of the things that Buzelis should do every single time against Gus Yalden. Whenever I would play against a guy that was bigger and not as good a shape as I was, I made it a focus to just try to run that guy to death throughout the whole game. And Buzelis or whoever Gus Yalden is guarding, look for them to stretch the floor and try to wear him down.
Fouls on the floor, this time on lead blocker.
Just pay attention to Buzelis. He's way ahead of Gus Yalden, puts his arm up. Good job by Scotty Middleton finding him in transition. And that's going to be something that I would assume the Buffaloes will look to throughout this game, trying to run the Lakers, and particularly Gus Yalden whenever he's in the game.
Matched up against Atlason now. Top Tybo Bailey against Miro Little. Jumper from the free throw line. Little foul call. Great hustle by Glenn, but it's all for naught. We're going back the other way. Middleton. There's a foul call. And this one's going to be on LaLu.
You're noticing the last 3 possessions, every time Sunrise Christian has gotten the basketball, they're looking to push it up in transition, use that advantage that they have with the deeper bench, trying to wear down the Lakers.
Just saved Lowry's first, but looks like he got a little bit shook up as he fell to the ground. Scotty Middleton will head to Ohio State next year. 12 points last night. Gets his first tonight here. Normally an 11.5 point per game type of guy. But Barnwell very happy to have this 5-star on his team.
Sunrise Christian switching up to a full court trap. They step back into a zone and trying to wear down the Lakers.
Good finish at the rim by Gus Yalden. Atlason now for 3. Good hustle by Middleton. And Caleb Glenn is there to corral it. Now back the other way, come the Lakers.
Gus Yalden does a good job of when he gets down on the block, he gets position with his body, creating angles, and regardless if you think he's a scoring opposition on that play, you have to try to front and push him out of the painted area, because he can score if he gets it down on the block.
This is Walters in the corner. We're going to get to Michael Brown Jr.
Good job keeping him in front.
Across the way, Murray for three. LaLu still ahead by 3. Here's Buzelis.
Notice the Lakers play more of a pack line style defense, trying to force you into the middle where they have help side defense.
Now Middleton. Rebound by Glenn. Already his 7th board of the day. They're looking for Caleb Glenn down the post. This is Bailey. Briefly thought about it. Drive against Buzelis, but an easy tip block from Matas. 2017 is where we lie. For our break here, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Coming back for LaLu.
Thing I noticed none of the guys have had has been like the hot sauce. None of the
Nobody's saying
salsa.
throw the Tabasco,
Yeah,
throw the hot salsa.
Are they just not ready for that?
I don't think these kids are ready.
Yeah, it must not be. It's definitely an acquired taste.
Balanced full, just like his game. It's Michael Brown Jr. now. Sunrise Christian, 40% from the field so far. Still down 3. Atlason looking inside.
Allison had a little bit more time to measure that shot, because Yalden isn't trying to get out there to defend on the perimeter. He had time and space to even take a couple dribbles in and get a closer shot.
And just Yalden on the way back. Hits his 2nd bucket, this one a 3. They call him Gus the Bus, reference to the movie Benchwarmers. And you know that reference?
No, I do not.
Gus Bus. An absolute classic. I am 12. Up top, and Yalden, opportunistic. LaLu storming out front, a 5-0 run.
Timely timeout by Coach Barnwell, but credit the Lakers. They are playing efficient basketball, kicking it out to Gus Yalden from the perimeter, where he's able to measure that shot, knock down the 3-pointer, and then Gus Yalden not giving up on the play, coming up and get a nice trailer 2nd chance bucket, getting that offensive glass. And you didn't see focus by Sunrise Christian getting back in defensive transition, which allowed Gus that opportunity in transition.
He's headed to Wisconsin next year. 4-star recruit.
Definitely has a look of a Wisconsin player.
Yeah, from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Near Green Bay.
He's wanted to go to Wisconsin since he was a young bus.
Oh yeah. He's just a young bus. Blocker. Sunrise Christian down by 8, trying to get back into this game, nearing the end of the half. Middleton. Travel. Luke Barnwell's squad struggling the last couple of possessions.
Well, the Lakers are doing a good job. Again, they play that pack line defense. So basically around the rim, you're going to have to contend with at least 3 players to get to that rim. And the fact that nobody is really knocking down distance shots for Sunrise Christian, they're 1 for 7 from the 3-point line thus far in this game, is really just working its way right towards the type of defense that the Lakers are playing.
Glenn against Buzelis, count it. Caleb Glenn 9 points and the foul to make it 10.
Caleb Gwen has not made any buckets from distance. You have to realize he wants to go downhill. He wants to attack the rim, use his athleticism and strength, and he's been able to do that every time he wants. You gotta force him to take a jump shot because he is too physically imposing to allow him to go battle with you inside the paint. I mean, look at the body. I mean, he's ready. He passes the eye test to whatever sport there is. Football, basketball, lacrosse, you name it, he passes the eye test for that.
Pat Holmes just praises his athleticism. Really best when he's going and being aggressive. Already in double digits to lead all scorers tonight, and he's got 7 boards. Zealous though on the other end.
Nice jab step to create some space and then attack the seam, and again, with no rim protection for LaLu. Once you get inside the paint, get a clear side of the rim, you have a good shot of making the bucket.
Now against Joe Zhang. Gets the roll, and Caleb Gwen's got back-to-back points.
Yeah, Caleb Gwen, he's definitely found his flow early in this first half. Put it on the bounce a couple times, elevate, use his athleticism in the lane to make something happen for the Lakers. Really impressed with the way that he's able to manufacture points for the Lakers.
Underneath to Middleton. Morgan gets 2 and gets it to go. Under a minute to play in the half. LaLu, 48% from the field in this first half. The Sunrise is 44. We've got a good one on our hands. Out to the corner. Murray with the pump fake. Briefly lost it, got touched on the way through. But a poke out by Leighton Blocker, last touch, Bailey.
Sunrise averages 6 made threes per game, only with 1 thus far against the Lakers. Whatever defensive scheme the Lakers have been utilizing, it has been very effective against the distant shooters of Sunrise Christian.
And now he is in charge of the team, 24th ranked in the country, and he just sings the praises of the fight in this group. And they don't have their full roster. They'll have some mid-year enrollees come January, but so far, a small but mighty crew are the Lakers.
And if you have a team that's short-staffed, be sure to have them stocked with a couple of players like Zay Lowry, Caleb Gwen, Gus Yalden, that have that physicality and toughness that could play football at any given notice. And you can tell that they have out-toughed Sunrise Christian in this basketball game. They definitely wanted more.
The Zealous lost the handle on it. The ball got kicked somewhere in that sequence.
And this really goes to show you that you can have a team that has the more highly touted players, but if you have a team with grit and toughness and they want to do all the little things that it takes to win, they could defeat anyone on any given night. And that's what you're seeing in this first half here with LaLu and how they're dominating Sunrise Christian early on.
Last second bucket from Scotty Middleton to round us out in the second quarter. And it is a 7-point lead at the end of the first half. What are your impressions of that first half, Steve? Just really impressive fight. LaLu, of course, has the edge in the 3-point category as well, and they held the lead at 7 after the first half.
Yeah, it's really surprised that Sunrise Christian is struggling so much from the 3-point line. They shoot 14%, shoot over 33% on the year. Look for them to try to get on track from distance.
See John Bull back out there. Steve needed to play a second in the second quarter. Did 2 fouls, but he draws that one here. His impact, especially today against Gus Yalden, has to be large as they try to surmount this lead.
Well, yeah, you talk about the points in the paint for the Lakers, and that can be attributed to the lack of John Bull in this basketball game, because without him, you just have Mattis Buzelis, who can block shots as well, but John Bull is an imposing figure, not only with blocked shots, but also with alters. So with him in the game, I don't look for the Lakers to be able to get to the rim as easily in this second half.
Miro Little trying to bounce it off Caleb Glenn's knee. We're back going the other way. Glenn working against Miro Little. Strong take to the basket and it falls.
I just love the intensity of Caleb Glenn. He just attacks the rim. He uses his athleticism. He does not go away from contact. He just imposes his will.
Scotty Middleton back around on the other end. He's got 9 points now.
Hopefully that will open up the rim for the Buffaloes. Only able to make 1 3-pointer in that first half. Just not able to connect with any sort of consistency in that first half.
Walters, the tall order going against John Bowl to the hoop. Now Sunrise on the way back. Middleton again. And a rebound by Bull. High effort play. Blocker for 3. Got it.
You're already seeing the impact of having John Bull back in this basketball game. Extended possessions for Sunrise Christian, allowing them to get that second chance scoring opportunity with a nice 3-point bucket.
Luke Barwell told us he's a guy who can spark our offensive intensity. And now Sunrise Christian with a chance to tie the game on this possession. Middleton. He says, no, tie. We want the lead.
3 consecutive baskets by Scotty Middleton. And as the leader offensively for the Buffaloes, that's something that you expect for him and something that you know Ohio State coach Chris Holtzman is looking for this young man next year out there at the Ohio State.
Yalden.
Nice touch for the big fella. Taking John Bolt inside and using his right hook over his left shoulder.
He stands tall, 6'8", against John Bowl. Wow, there's a block. Zane Lowry got active hands with the rejection, but a foul.
One thing you have to understand when playing against the Lakers are they are very fundamentally sound defensively. You have 2 blue jerseys in there, willing and able and in position to take a charge. That has to be their 3rd charge of the game and 4th attempt charge in this game. You have to acclimate yourself the way the defense is playing. Pull up for that jump shot. Don't over-penetrate. Sunrise Christian is getting caught over-penetrating throughout this game.
Our referee's discussing what transpired. Luke Barnwell pleading his case. The first for Sunrise Christian in this half.
Sunrise Christian getting back into that full court pressure again, trying to disrupt the rhythm of the Lakers offensively. Now with the Lakers operating their offense with a little under 15 seconds, forcing them to be a little quicker offensively.
Lowry losing the handle on it. Somebody got their arm in there to jar it loose. Sunrise with the big win last night against Legacy Early College. LaLu splitting last week. IMG, calling IMG in overtime, and Legacy Early over in Florida to win over those Lions. Now back the other way come the Lakers. Walters. Unafraid to go underneath to the low block. Now Yalden for 3. And just the bus is moving.
I love the shot by Gus Yalden. He measures the defender. I don't like the closeout by John Ball. Really unenthusiastic. You got to force a guy like Gus Yalden, who's shown the ability to knock down the 3, that being his 4th of the game. Can't allow him to get that cover.
Yalden's going to yield another foul here.
Credit the Lakers, though, finding Yalden at that high post with John Ball way down in the paint, and Yalden just measures it. Nice rhythm 3. Are you not entertained? 3 for the big fella.
Played blocker to shoot 2. Nine points last night. He's got 8 already today. LaLu with the rebound, but Middleton giving him some trouble. Scotty will get his first foul. Don't forget, later tonight after this game, we have Oak Hill and Montverde here from Maryland. But this one, so far, entertaining as ever. Yalden, Bull says no. Glenn picked up his dribble, forced to pass over it, and now Middleton on the way back. Blocker. And a foul on the way up.
Love this defense here by Sunrise Christian. Nice move by Gus Yalden. He gets Bull a little bit out of sorts, but Bull definitely contested that shot by Yalden much more enthusiastically. And always allow your defense to ignite your offense. Allow lane blocker out in transition, and that's the type of defense to offense Sunrise Christian has to play in order to control this game and to get a lead.
John Bull's going to take a break for a bit. That was something that helped LaLu. They were able to play small ball with John Bull not on the floor. Michael Brown finally grabbing hold of that ball. Up to Atlason. Yalden to defend. Got a little bit of the tip and gets it back. LaLu still holding on to that lead. Yalden off the double. And an and one opportunity. Bailey, tough bucket. LaLu holds a 4-point lead, looking to make it 5. A great look here. Bailey took the line on the way back. LaLu up by 4, looking to make it 5. This and one opportunity for Tyler Tybo Bailey, undeclared 4-star, ranked 20th in his position, shooting guard for the class of 2024. He's got offers from Creighton, Temple, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech. Just a junior, so he's got plenty of time to decide. And he does convert in the N1. Just over 3 to play in quarter number 3. LaLu has held on to their lead since midway through the second. Miro Little cutting into it a little more though.
Credit Atlason with a nice screen, allowing Little to get into that painted area to score the bucket.
Bailey working against Miro Little. This will be a foul on one. Tough collision there, but
you pay attention to this Atlason seal, and that's just having awareness. He rolls and then he seals it and screens both defenders between Glenn and Murray. No weak side defensive rotation, allowing Miro Little easy access to the rim.
Something Luke Barwell harps on a lot. It was Yalden with the shot there. Is that cohesion, being able to play for each other, a big reason why they were NIVC champs last season. That pass from Little is intercepted by Yalden. We're going the other way again.
Yalden is always working on that block, trying to create position and angles in order to get the basketball or create position for an offensive rebound.
Yalvin's three is short. Now going the other way. Blocker fouled by Glenn. Nope, they're going to call it on Walters on the ground. Lowry checks back in for LaLu.
Pay attention to this out of bounds play with Zealous with the height. Sometimes they like to lob that up. Defender's not paying attention. Good back door.
Blocker converts the opportunity.
Defensive lapse there by the Lakers. Over compensating and going after the pass. Smart play just backdooring and getting to that rim unencumbered.
Lowry, good touch, but Caleb Glenn slams it home.
Somebody's got to put a body on Caleb Glenn when John Bull goes to the block shot.
Scotty Middleton with a tough basket. He slid into the wall.
Pay attention to John Bull going for the block. Scotty Middleton doesn't come over to block, and that's Caleb Glenn. This is what you call dunking in all caps. Good job by the big fella. Pursuing the basketball, measuring it, timing it off the rim. You have guys like Caleb Glenn that are relentless on the offensive glass. It is so difficult to play against. So you have to have a body up on him at all times. Already with 9 rebounds in this game. And I'm assuming the majority of the 5 offensive rebounds that the Lakers have to be attributed to Caleb Glenn.
He is a power. Sunrise Christian falling back into that zone. And this is Walters. We got to throw something up here. Murray.
Good defensive stand by Sunrise Christian. They got back into that 2-3 zone. The Lakers got pretty stagnant with their offense. Didn't try to hit multiple sides of the court. Just forced to heave up a bad shot, basically an empty possession for the Lakers.
Zealous is back out there. He's got 3 fouls. Something to watch out for. Miro Little off the shot fake. And Sunrise Christian takes the lead for the first time since the second quarter.
Good patience by the Buffalo on that offensive possession. Allowed the play to develop. Miro Little loved the pace of his game. Took what the defense gave him. Nice rhythm 3 from distance.
A 10-2 run for Sunrise Christian. Now Walters working outside, nobody home. Blocker throws one up. That's how we end. The dogfight, fellas. That's exactly what we have for you here on ESPN. So far, LaLu held the lead from midway through the second quarter and the third, really. But plays like that have kept Sunrise in it to take the lead. Now going the other way. Blocker for 3. And it falls.
Credit John Bull for starting that fast break. The nice block initiating transition. Great outlet pass by Sunrise Christian, kicking it out for the wing for a 3-pointer. And again, Sunrise Christian utilizing their defense to ignite their offense.
Shoot the ball.
Walters, strong take, but it's blocked by Miro Little. Back-to-back blocks for Sunrise Christian. I'll slow down for the half-court set. Little working against Bailey. Got the pick from Bull. And an offensive foul. We'll give this back to LaLu.
Look at this last possession. Good penetration by Bailey. Better defense by John Bull. You got to pump fake the big fella, get him off the floor, and that ignites their offense. Down the court, ball movement, Sunrise Christian, Leighton blocker with the soft bounce, three-point bucket.
Strong take, but a better putback by Lowry. Opportunity to make it three.
Say Lowry gets the handoff from Gus Yalden, turns that corner, gets into that spin action, uses the rim to protect the basketball from John Bowl, and again, the quicker jumper for that second rebound allows Lowry to get that second chance scoring opportunity with the offensive rebound. And there's just been times in this game that the Lakers have just wanted the basketball more, fighting for it, going after those 50-50 balls.
Lowry converts. Zero Little's third foul. Joins John Bolt and Buzelis with three as well.
Well, and that's what happens when you play against a physical team. They force you into those situations where you get into foul trouble.
Lowry, the dunk on one end. Glenn, oh, and a block the other way by Leighton Blocker. How fitting. Now up ahead, Sunrise Christian.
Nice
John
pass.
Bolt with the slam.
Good team defense by Sunrise Christian, but it doesn't matter if you don't execute offensively on the other side of the court. Exceptional interior passing by the Buffaloes, sharing the basketball.
Now Walters for three. No, that was Bailey. And Zibo from the corner. 50-48. Sunrise Christian still leads. A crazy couple sequences. They throw some electricity on the way back on ESPN. Tybo Bailey on that last one. Creating that opportunity. And Stephen, they've just been able to respond to whatever Sunrise Christian has been able to do here. And likewise, vice versa for Sunrise Christian.
Well, I think one of the things that they've done exceptionally well in this game that they haven't been able to do previously is rebound the basketball. When they lost to IMG, they were -14 in the rebound, -12 for offensive rebounding. But you got to just credit Caleb Flint. He's been the guy for that physicality type stats in the painted area, really holding his own rebounding wise for the Lakers.
Lowry up ahead, trying to get his own board. Buzelis was there with the tough hands. Out of bounds on Bailey, stays with Sunrise. Michael Brown Jr. back on the floor. Scoreless tonight so far. At 11 last evening. Here's with a floater to John Ball.
Nice recognition by Michael Brown Jr. Seeing John Ball rolling to the basket. No defensive rotation on the weak side. Good execution by the Buffaloes.
Floater.
Walters vying for some space to avoid the up and down, got rid of it. Alba head, Sunrise, nobody home. Scotty Middleton on the run.
See Michael Brown take it into the paint, throws it up. John Bolt gets it for the nice offensive rebound into a bucket. And that's the luxury that you have when you have a 7-footer in the paint. You can erase mistakes defensively as well as erasing mistakes offensively. Lakers in some horns action, trying to isolate Gus Yalden down on the block.
Glenn working in the paint. Glenn with the soft touch again.
I just love his game. Just so physical down the block, but able to play through contact. Just You don't normally see players of that size that have that type of touch around the rim. Almost like a better playing Rico Gathers.
Miro Little from 3. Chased down, with the hustle. And it falls in the awaiting arms of Bailey. Throws it up and gets the foul. A chance to tie. LaLu is in the bonus. That's Miro Little's 4th. As Bailey knocks down his first. We are tied up. 3:20 to play. Both these teams vying for a win. For Sunrise, it would mean a 4-game win streak in the NIBC as Buzelis off the glass. For LaLu it would be their 2nd win in the NIBC after splitting in Florida last week. On the baseline, Lowry. Corrals it. Buzelis working against Lowry, and he'll get the foul.
These are the type of moments that you expect Scotty Middleton to step and embrace the moment.
Leads all scorers on that side for Sunrise Christian. As there's a charge from Michael Brown.
Sunrise Christian has 13 turnovers this juncture in the game, and 5 of those turnovers have to be attributed to charges taken by the Lakers, and that's just over penetration by the Buffaloes and great reads defensively by LaLu. And again, when you play against a team that plays in that pack line style defense, they're going to sag inside the paint. They're not going to let you get anything easy around the rim. Lack of recognition by Sunrise Christian throughout this game. You don't want to over penetrate, pull up, knock down the shot. Don't allow them the opportunity to take those charges.
There's one thing we both noticed. LaLu just hangs tough for those types of plays. Yalden just kind of throws it up. Glenn almost had the putback. No, he did. Did they count that?
It did go in, but they didn't call anything, and that has to be offensive goaltending, right? Because he pulled the rim down, which, watch when he pulls the rim down, it's almost like that's what allows the...
I think, or did it fall to the side?
I don't know.
It was off to the side. Get the confirmation. That was an optical illusion.
Right.
Break out my specs next time. Blocker. Attempt doesn't go. And it'll go back to LaLu.
These last 2 minutes between the Lakers and the Buffaloes are gonna boil down to defensive and offensive execution. Which team runs their sets? Which teams are more resolute in their actions, setting better screens, blocking out defensively, coming up with those 50-50 balls.
Down to Yalden, working against Jocko. Soft touch on the hook. Here's being resolute. And what you're good at, Yalden gets the bucket to tie.
Yeah, you just can't allow Gus Yalden to get that deep inside the paint. too gifted offensively go over either shoulder. Big fella putting on a clinic today offensively.
Underneath, blocker with the flush. And Sunrise Christian takes the lead again.
Someone just fell asleep defensively on the weak side, allowing blocker to just kind of sneak behind the defense like Gretzky. That hockey line.
That's going to be a foul on John Bull. Off ball.
Watch Gus Yalden, previous play. Look how deep he gets. He's already in the paint. And when you got a guy that's 240 going against John Bull 210, it's just too deep. Now you see Layden Blocker defensively. Trenton Walters just falls asleep. You gotta always be ball you man. But what about that foul on Bull knocking down Gus Yalden? Like you don't believe that really happened.
I don't know.
I think on John Bull's best day, he's not gonna be able to push down Yalden like Yalden fell to the ground.
Blocker. Bull with the follow.
Again, the eraser, mistake eraser. You got a guy like John Bull. You can just sometimes throw the basketball up knowing that he's going to be there to catch anything off the rim. Smart play by Sunrise Christian. Better play by John Bull.
The ultimate safety net. Throw it up. John Bull's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, John Bull really has been like John Bull, who really is going to protect you if anything comes up.
He's one heck of a teammate too. It's so fun to watch and go to work. Final 30 seconds though. LaLu.
2-possession game. You don't have to get a 3-point. Get a good shot.
Walters finds Bailey. Tough D from Layden Blocker. But Bailey gets it back. The jumper. It falls. There's a foul underneath the basket on Layden Blocker. 12 seconds to play.
I like the poise here by Tyler Tebow Bailey. Doesn't rush the shot. He allows the play to develop, goes and elevates over the defense to knock down the shot. And I don't know who they called. Do you know who they called the foul on?
Layden Blocker. Was it? Or was it Gus? Oh, I don't know. It was Gus. Yeah, it was Blocker.
And again, you have the diminutive Sunrise Christian players taking down Gus Yalden.
Can you believe it? They must have had their Wheaties this morning.
They must have. Or they had the extra protein in their Chipotle
That's
bowls.
right. That's right.
We're going to go with the extra protein.
Think you may. This game, this tight scenario, you see some free throws ahead. If you're Sunrise Christian in this sequence, regardless
enthusiasm that you would expect from a team that has some rest. And so really credit to Coach Pat Holmes and the team, the Lakers, and the way that they played throughout this game.
Dalton's first shot does not fall.
Still plenty of time though. This isn't a scenario where he needs to intentionally miss. Now they're going to have to foul immediately, which is you go for the steal, and after the steal, quickly foul. You don't want to let much time go off the clock.
Second one doesn't fall. Glenn was there, and it stays with LaLu. Off the fingertips of Bull.
You see the physicality again of Caleb Glenn pushing John Bull under the basket, extending this offensive possession. They have plenty of time. It's one possession. They do not have to go for the 3.
11 seconds, they go for it anyway. Yalden almost had the rebound. It falls in the awaiting arms of Buzelis, and there's a foul.
It's a good look by the Lakers. Didn't have to go for the 3, but I guess they felt that it was open. Zayd Lowry, nice follow through with the shot. I would have liked him to attack the rim a little bit more, create a little shift in the defense. You got to credit Sunrise Christian, though, coming up with a huge rebound, blocking out, getting that all-important defensive rebound. Time Sunrise Christian to not foul. You don't want to put the Lakers in a situation to be able to get in one.
Here we go. 2-point game. Opportunity. Bailey from three. Yeldon with the putback does not go. And Sunrise Christian hangs on to defeat LaLu.
Really credit LaLu, the way they played in this game. Fighting through, only having 7 players on the roster, 5 guys playing majority of the game. You see Bazelis misses it, and this is perfectly executed. They run it down the sideline. Tybo Bailey shoots it, and then Gus Yeldon in perfect position to get the N1 opportunity and just a second chance scoring opportunity, just not able to make it. Tip your hat to the Lakers. They fought tooth and nail throughout this game. Sunrise Christian had too much depth, too much skill to withstand, but the LaLu